Thanks for joining us for this for KSAT News at 9, streaming right here from the heart of the KSAT 12 newsroom. I'm Steve Spriester. No new deaths in San Antonio caused by the coronavirus. However, the number of positive COVID-19 cases continues to climb. As of today, there are now 120. 47 are travel related, 19 close contact, 42 community spread, 12 under investigation. And the San Antonio City website adding a new category tonight, 33 hospitalizations. There are still only 5 deaths in San Antonio and Bexar County, all women, all over the age of 40. Metro Health Laboratories issuing more than 500 tests. Today, Mayor Ron Nirenberg held the first of his daily updates.
We all need to do our part to save lives. We need to warn you that the numbers will very likely spike in the coming days because of more testing.
Bexar County Judge Nelson Wolf also part of the briefing. Both officials continued to stress the enforcement of the stay home work safe order. These briefings will happen every day at 6:13 and we'll be airing them live along with a live stream right here on KSAT.com. And as for some surrounding counties tonight, there are 9 cases in Comal County, 8 in Guadalupe County, 4 in Kendall County, and 2 in Atascosa County. Remember, we have an interactive map on our website where you can see cases by county throughout the state of Texas. Metro Health officials this week said they have enough data to begin answering important questions like where does more testing need to be done? They have not, however, shared that information with the public, including the media. Thursday night, Dallas County Judge Clay Jenkins tweeted this image. It's a map of positive COVID-19 tests broken down by zip code for the state's hardest hit county. Just hours earlier here in San Antonio, Metro Health Director Dr. Don Emmerich also addressed mapping, but says her department needs more time before similar renderings are made public.
So it is not even built yet. Well, we're hoping that the external dashboard will be available by next Friday.
The city's also been inconsistent on when it updates its daily figures for cases. It remains unclear what information they'll release moving forward on people who pass away from COVID-19 complications. To date, the public has not been provided a specific age or identity of a single victim. Around Texas now, there are more than 1,300 confirmed cases, with the top 3 counties being Dallas County, Harris County, and Travis County. Bexar County is 4th. 18 deaths have been reported. That includes the 5 locally. Across the U.S., there are more than 82,000 cases, more than 1,000 deaths, with New York being deemed the new epicenter for coronavirus. And you've heard it hundreds of times now, social distancing is key to stopping the virus. Tonight, we're taking a closer look at the importance of social distancing by checking out some numbers.
The city of San Antonio released a graphic showing the power of social distancing. In the first example, you can see one person manages to infect more than 2 people by day 5 who go on to affect others. And by day 30, 406 people are infected. If that first person had limited their interaction with others by 50%, there would likely be 1 person infected by day 5, and by day 30, there would be 15 people infected. Cutting that exposure rate by 75% would further slow down the spread, with about 2 people being impacted by day 30. So when will we know when social distancing is working? During KSAT's News at 9 this week, I asked that very question to Dr. Robert Frolickstein, an emergency room doctor working right here in San Antonio.
We'll know when the peak is, when we've reached the peak of cases reported, right? And so if that peak is lower than predicted and anticipated, then social distancing will have had an effect. The hope is that that peak is so low that we didn't even kind of know that it happened here in San Antonio. This can spiral out of control quickly, and the way to help that not happen is to stay at home. Don't go out unless it's essential travel, and take good precautions, good hand hygiene, all the things that we've all been told over and over again for the last several weeks.
Now, this is especially important since this virus can lead to death. There have already been several deaths in Bexar County, another in Comal County. As we've heard, it is up to all of us to limit ourselves, stay home, save lives. A San Antonio manufacturer is switching gears to help manufacture face shield masks to protect first responders in San Antonio. Helmy Plastics is ready to produce 25,000 of these shields for those in the medical field, primarily in San Antonio. The company makes custom plastic products for a variety of companies. They are proud to say they've teamed up with local companies to get the supplies they need to provide these masks. The owner says the need was there. She has the tools to help.
They are reusable. They are not the disposable ones. They're kind of in between. I wouldn't say that you can keep it forever, but again, this is not a mask that you put one time and you throw away.
Purchase preference will go towards medical companies in San Antonio first, then spread to surrounding communities. If more masks are needed, she's ready to meet the demand. Tonight on the Night Beat, we're going to tell you their call to other manufacturers to help out. Well, the outbreak now has some expectant parents making last-minute changes to their birth plans. A San Antonio nurse midwife says she has been receiving more calls from patients hoping to give birth at home. She believes recent changes in hospital policies, along with virus concerns, have prompted more soon-to-be moms to seek her help.
The one main thing is the COVID virus. People are really concerned about possibly contracting that or being exposed to that while they are in the hospital, them and their baby. And the other big concern that a lot of people have is the lack of support that they're able to have when they go in to have their babies.
She says she works with low-risk patients who do have an underlying health condition. For families with loved ones in the hospital battling different health issues, the coronavirus pandemic is bringing added fear. A San Antonio family shares how they are dealing with having their baby in the neonatal intensive care unit, or NICU, during this crisis. Tiffany Huertas tells us how they can't do this alone and how hospital staff are risking their life to care for their son.
To get in the hospital at all now, you have to have your temperature taken and they ask you questions.
Because of the coronavirus pandemic, this is what Jason and Marianne Norris go through to visit their son Ryan, who is at the NICU. Marianne says only one of them can see Ryan at a time. And even before they see him, they have to fill out a form each day to say they are not sick. They also sanitize their phones and wash their hands before entering the room.
They didn't know what was going to happen. You know, he was on full oxygen and then he started getting a little bit better. And there's been ups and downs.
Ryan is 14 weeks old. He has a condition where the tube that carries food from the mouth to the stomach is not developed.
Ryan is at the NICU at North Central Baptist Hospital in Stone Oak. The Norris family believes he's safer in here during the coronavirus pandemic.
And I feel like that's the best place for him right now, honestly, because he's not out and susceptible to, just germs that we don't know what's where.
The family says they couldn't do this alone. They thank the staff at the hospital who are on the front lines against COVID-19.
We just want to say thank you, and we know that you're putting your lives on the line when you would, I'm sure, rather be home and with your families and keeping safe, but because you do that for us, you make our lives so much better.
The family says Ryan is a fighter and they can't wait to bring him home. For the 9, Tiffany Huertas.
The Baptist Health System says in the NICU, all personnel wear surgical masks. Only one visitor is allowed at the bedside at a time. And the family member is screened when entering the hospital and goes through an infection control screening process when entering the NICU. Let's turn now to tonight's 9 at 9. A pedestrian bridge collapses in Detroit. A transportation worker killed in a suspicious fire. Plus a look at how the pandemic is impacting communities across the globe.
Here's tonight's 9 at 9. A New York transportation worker killed in a suspicious subway fire this morning. Several others were injured. The conductor who helped get people off the train and to safety was later found dead on the tracks. Police are investigating the fire as a possible criminal act. In an effort to combat the spread of COVID-19, China is temporarily closing its borders to foreign nationals. This order will affect those holding valid visas and residency permits. The Texas prison system also working to prevent the spread of COVID-19.
We began more than 2 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks back, disinfecting at a higher degree than before, but actually now continuing that effort. And I think the message we should all keep is do not slow down one bit on our disinfecting.
Inmates and workers are being checked for fevers, and in-person visitation has been temporarily suspended. So far, an inmate, a staff member, and a contract worker have tested positive. Here at home, with more people at home and out of work, the San Antonio Food Bank needs donations. Here at home, with more people at home and out of work, the San Antonio Food Bank needs donations. You can call the food bank to set up a donation, and if you need a donation, you can sign up at safoodbank.org. Half of a pedestrian bridge in Detroit collapses after a truck that was too tall to clear it tried to drive under it. The driver did not stop. The entire bridge now has to come down. That's expected to cost $86,000. Luckily, no one was hurt. UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson has tested positive for COVID-19.
I am working from home, I'm self-isolating, and that's entirely the right thing to do.
Johnson says he has mild symptoms and will continue to manage the government's response to the crisis via video conference. Apple has released an app and website that will help you self-screen for the coronavirus. It's a partnership with the CDC, FEMA, and the White House Coronavirus Task Force. Apple's CEO also donating 10 million face masks here in the U.S. and in Europe. A University of Tennessee online class gets crashed by a surprise guest. Famed NFL quarterback and Tennessee alum, Peyton Manning.
I just wanted to drop in and say hello to all the fellow communication students there. I just encourage you to keep a positive attitude.
Manning also encouraged the students to use their extra time while school is closed to do something nice for someone else. And during his weekly address today, Pope Francis prayed for an end to the global pandemic. He gave a special blessing usually reserved for festive gatherings at Easter and Christmas, but he delivered it this week in a rainy, deserted St. Peter's Square. To read more about these stories, head to KSAT.com.
There's been a lot of misinformation when it comes to the coronavirus outbreak, and you can't trust everything you see online. That's why the Associated Press has been fact-checking some of the most popular but completely untrue claims surrounding the pandemic for the past several weeks. Let's take a look at this week's fact check. Our first claim tonight is that Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi snuck $25 million worth of pay raises for Congress into that stimulus relief bill. This is false. A proposal in the bill set aside $25 million for the House of Representatives, but none of the funds will go towards salaries. The money will be used to buy new equipment and make upgrades to the network so members and their staff can work remotely. It will also be spent on reimbursing costs of child care centers and food service contracts for the House. Congress has voted to reject salary increases since 2009. Our next claim tonight, breathing the steam from a mixture of boiling water, salt, and orange peel will cure COVID-19. People have been posting videos and photos about it on social media. When it comes to this being the cure, again, it's false. However, health experts with the American Lung Association do say inhaling steam can provide relief from the symptoms brought on by the virus, like removing mucus from the nose and the throat. But they're also warning to be careful if you decide to breathe the steam over a boiling pot, because mishaps can happen, leading to a dangerous situation. And now our last claim. A child who tests positive for COVID-19 and needs to be hospitalized will be separated from their parents, and the parents will not have the chance to see them again. This is false. Many hospitals are limiting visitors to help lower the spread of the virus. This led to many people assuming that parents were also limited. A spokesperson with the American Hospital Association says each hospital has their own policies, but all are allowing at least one parent to remain with the child who's hospitalized with COVID-19. We'll be back in 1 minute with Greg Jefferson from the Express News to talk in our coronavirus Q&A. The goal is to fight the fear and the fiction with facts. It's the goal of this segment of the News at 9, where we bring in experts to discuss the COVID-19 pandemic and ask them questions we have as well as questions sent in by our viewers. And tonight we're joined by San Antonio Express News business editor and columnist Greg Jefferson. Greg, thank you for being with us. The very first question we have is about Toyota extending the closure of its San Antonio plant. What does this mean for employees and the local manufacturing industry?
Well, Toyota made the decision to kind of extend the closure of the plant, and it's not only in San Antonio, it includes its 14 other North American plants. About 3 weeks ago, they announced a 2-day closure, saying that they wanted their workers to have time with family and prepare for the coronavirus outbreak. In addition to that, they were noticing that their new vehicle sales had slipped, so it kind of made sense to take some time off and let that inventory that they had built up on car lots across the country just kind of sell out before you really start manufacturing heavily again. They wound up extending that to 2 weeks, and then just recently they extended it to 4 weeks. So now it'll be late April when they'll restart. And again, the reasons are really the same. There's a lot of public health concern about workers, going into the workplace and maybe, spreading the virus inadvertently. But in addition to that, auto analysts are expecting Toyota's vehicle sales to plunge about 35% just this month. And the prognosis isn't much better going into April. I mean, it's going to be shocking if you see a lot of new car sales happen in the next few months.
There's some reports out there that some Toyota plants have started making plastic shields and masks for the healthcare industry. Any indication San Antonio may be one of those?
There's not, but it does stand to reason. We just posted that story tonight, and it was, Toyota's not confirming which plants are going to be producing both face shields and face masks. But one of the organizations that they're going to be contributing these products to is MD Anderson in Houston. So there might be some reason to think that the San Antonio plant could reactivate to produce this gear.
Yeah. All right. Something a lot of our viewers have asked: why are there so many so-called essential businesses in the stay home, work safe?
I don't know. It's the city. Initially, city officials talked about essential businesses when they were talking about a stay-at-home order. Essential businesses are basically businesses that San Antonians need to survive. And the basics are grocery stores, healthcare facilities, obviously, banks and other financial institutions, and pharmacies. I'm not sure if I threw grocery stores in there, but as we all know, yeah, we need groceries.
Of course.
But once you get away from that relatively small list of essential businesses, it really gets murky. And we had, 3 or 4 business reporters driving around town on Wednesday, which was the first full day of the stay-at-home order. And we just found just a plethora of businesses you just would not think were essential, like car washes, nail salons. I mean, just, it kind of runs the gamut.
Now, a lot of people, and some of our viewers also commenting that liquor stores shouldn't be considered essential. But I did notice that the Express News actually wrote a story about how really the liquor stores are booming right now.
Oh, they are, yeah. I mean, in fact, Gabriel's, which is one of the larger liquor store chains in town, several months ago, they were forced into bankruptcy in competition with big box wine and spirit retailers. And they've done really well over the last 4 months. They reported to bankruptcy court that their sales had increased nearly 100%. They're doing quite well. They're still in bankruptcy and they're still up for sale. But their experience is almost certainly common to liquor stores, across the city.
Yeah, it seems like liquor stores and gun stores doing very well right now.
Liquor and guns. Yeah.
How has COVID-19 impacted our hotel and tourism industry so far? And is it going to get worse, or have we hit the bottom when it comes to this?
Well, I mean, you never want to say you've hit the bottom in a circumstance like this, but I mean, the fact of the matter is the tourism industry in San Antonio has been decimated. I mean, we've had a number of hotels close, albeit temporarily, including, Crockett Hotel, that's the most recent, St. Anthony's Hotel, Grand Hyatt at the Convention Center. And the hotels that haven't closed, most of them, if not all, have furloughed workers and really reduced staff pretty substantially. And the reason's obvious. I mean, we started hearing about, large convention cancellations, 3 or 4 weeks ago, and that only intensified as the virus spread and there were more travel restrictions and more stay-at-home orders just across the country. I mean, the fact is nobody's traveling right now, or very few people, unless you're talking about business travelers who may not have an option about it. But that's not enough to sustain a hospitality industry in a city the size of San Antonio.
When the pandemic is finally over, Greg, will San Antonio see a surge in tourism again, especially with things like Fiesta and Day of the Dead happening in the fall?
Yeah. I mean, we'll just have to wait and see. But Visit San Antonio, which is basically the public-private marketing arm for the city convention center and for other large conventions and meetings, they're beginning to rebook. They're hearing from convention planners who canceled bookings just over the last few weeks. They want to come back. They just don't know when they'll be free to do so.
Yeah. Greg Jefferson with the San Antonio Express News, business editor and opinion writer, columnist. Thank you very much for your time.
Hey, thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, take care, buddy.
Sure, no problem. Talk to you later.
We'll be right back.
Hi there, good evening. Let's get you ready for the weekend. We've got a cool front arriving first thing tomorrow morning. That will help to drop humidity and make things very comfortable over the next couple of days. Our next best chance of rain, the rain that maybe could wash away some of the oak pollen, that will hold off until Monday. Tomorrow morning's front won't be without a chance of rain, but it's just not a good chance of rain. We'll have a 20% chance of a shower tomorrow morning. By tomorrow afternoon, rain chances are out of the forecast, and we'll actually start to see some clearing as some very dry air settles in all across South Texas. This means our dew points go from the 60s and 70s, where they are right now, down into the 30s and 40s. That means we lose the sticky, muggy feeling to the air. It'll be nice and dry out there, just very, very enjoyable. We'll also see our air temperatures take a little bit of a drop this weekend. We'll see high temperatures in the upper 70s and low 80s. That is much more seasonable for this time of the year. As far as cloud cover goes, we'll see a big increase in cloud cover during the second half of the day on Sunday. You may also see a few sprinkles late Sunday night, but it's Monday that we'll have our best chance at some scattered showers and non-severe thunderstorms, and that's the rain we're hopeful will wash out a lot of the oak pollen in the air.
The largest stimulus bill in U.S. history is now law. So the question now is, when will you see the benefits? The stimulus plan suspends student loan payments, adds protections against foreclosure, and also helps the airline and travel industries. Single individuals could receive as much as $1,200 if you make $75,000 or less a year. Couples may get as much as $2,400. That amount would reduce the more you make. Most parents would get $500 per child.
We're committed to move forward quickly, and we're going to get money in people's pockets.
I really think we're going to be stronger than ever, and we'll be protected from a lot of this.
The economic aid package has $350 billion for small business loans. A portion could be forgiven if businesses continue to employ and pay their workers. It's unknown how long it could take for small businesses to receive loans, but government officials hope to expedite the process. Here are some of today's top stories. Governor Greg Abbott announcing today the deployment of 3 Texas National Guard Joint Task Force brigades. They will operate 10 general support units located throughout the state. Over the past week, Guard members have built and run drive-through testing sites. They've also helped medical staff limit their contact with potentially infected people who've come in for screenings at the drive-thrus. Yesterday, we told you city staff told council members that the unemployment rate this month is projected to hit 12 to 14% for the entire 8-county metro area. We spoke again with Steve Niven, an economist, and had him explain what's behind the estimate. He says the hospitality industry plays a major role. Restaurants, bars, and hotels account for about 13% of employment. Niven believes we could see normal economic numbers around the turn of the year, but it all depends on when we get COVID-19 under control. The South Texas Blood and Tissue Center will be hosting 5 blood drives next week from March 30th to April 5th. Each day, the drive will be at a different location, all running from 9 in the morning till 2 in the afternoon. Donors will receive a $10 HEB gift card, a car wash coupon, and an e-gift card for websites like Grubhub, Amazon, and more. Donations are by appointment only to enforce social distancing. We have a list of locations, the link, and phone number to sign up right on our website. It has been a tough week for a lot of people, so we wanted to share some positive local stories with you. RJ Marquez has a roundup of some good things going on in our communities in the week in 210.
A New Braunfels couple's wedding day was derailed by the coronavirus outbreak, but with their flowers already on the way, they decided to bring some joy to people they thought could use it. Crystal Godia and Jason Oswald were set to get married in Spring Branch on May 21st, but delayed the wedding. Their flowers had already been shipped, so they donated them to 3 assisted living facilities in shirts. Staff then shared the photos with the couple.
We received phone calls from pretty prominent people in our lives saying that they weren't going to be able to travel for our wedding.
The couple says the photos brought them tears of happiness. These Holy Cross High School students are staying connected with the Pass the Toilet Paper video. Students work together in their homes to create this video. The video features students throwing and catching toilet paper and then passing it to the next person. The challenge was shared among several students in a way to have a little bit of fun. HEB received wide praise after a profile in Texas Monthly detailed how the San Antonio grocery chain was ready for the pandemic in mid-January. The magazine went inside HEB's operations in San Antonio and showed how the company is making sure its customers get enough items during the crisis. Representative Diego Bernal even joked on Twitter that HEB should run for president in 2020. The co-founder and CEO of Texas Roadhouse announced Thursday he's giving up his salary to pay his restaurant employees during the coronavirus pandemic. W. Kent Taylor announced he will forego his bonus and base salary he would have received from March to January of next year and redirect that money to his employees. There are dozens of Texas Roadhouse locations across Texas and 5 in the San Antonio area. A Cibolo restaurant pays it forward to help people hit hard by the pandemic. Mako's on the Creek is allowing customers to donate free meals to first responders, service workers, and others out of work. With the help of generous donations, 40 lunches and 40 dinners were donated to Northeast Medical Hospital staff on Thursday. What's up, guys? Time to check out some stories that are trending today on KSAT.com. And we start with the Governor, Arnold Schwarzenegger. He has spoken, and all of us must listen. That's right, Arnold has tweeted out some major praise for HEB. So what he did was he tweeted the Texas Monthly article that detailed all of HEB's preparation in the weeks leading into the coronavirus pandemic. And Arnold said, quote, that it is a masterclass in preparation. So good stuff there from Arnold Schwarzenegger, giving a shout out to HEB, and we of course appreciate everything that HEB has done with their employees and all the people that are working hard. Some other interesting things about this article is that Arnold, if you do not follow him on Twitter, he's actually a very interesting follow. He's been tweeting some daily videos of his life in quarantine and some videos of him hanging out with his ponies, Lulu and Whiskey. And he apparently gets together with them for dinner every night. So it's pretty cool to see Arnold, and make sure you check out this story on KSAT.com. All right, speaking of animals, and you're gonna realize that this is kind of the theme of this trending segment. The San Antonio Zoo, of course, has been closed, as a lot of things have, but you can still see hundreds of animals by going online. So the zoo has been sharing Facebook Lives of a lot of their animal handlers and a lot of people that take care of the animals in different parts of the zoo. So this is pretty cool. I kind of was looking through this a little bit earlier. You can go into the tortoise habitat and see what they're up to. You can check out a lot of different things. The jaguars. We also got the hippos, Uma and Timothy, very popular residents of the San Antonio Zoo. So we have a bunch of videos that are embedded in our article, and if you want, or the kids want to check out some cool videos from the zoo, make sure to go to our website, ksat.com. All right, last story here. Okay, so chances are you've probably been stuck on social media a lot at home. I've been seeing a ton of tweets, a ton of posts about the Tiger King, Netflix's Tiger King. I have no idea what this series is about, but I know that I have my weekend pretty much planned right here because I'm gonna be watching this. This is a true crime series. We have a article on our website that's basically answering a bunch of questions that you might have about this series, this docu-series, and just looking through it, it looks absolutely crazy. It looks pretty incredible too. The guy's name is Joe Exotic. I have no idea what's going there. Apparently someone gets murdered or killed or something. It was a murder for hire plot. So there's a lot of stuff going on here, and there's tigers all over the place. There's some wildlife sanctuary in Oklahoma. So if you want to check out more of Tiger King, just go to our website, ksat.com, and you can maybe find some answers to the questions that you've been seeking about this series. So that's going to wrap things up for our trending segment. You guys be safe and have a good weekend.
Hey there, all you cool cats and kittens. That's a nod to Tiger King. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just Google it. Happy Friday. Patio weather is back for week 2. Are you the Tiger King? Do you know him? I want to fill this patio weather time with giving shout outs to some of our local healthcare workers. Erica Alonzo, RN. Valerie, BSN, RN, working in trauma services. And a dynamic duo, Jason and Christine Douglas. They are LVNs. Thanks, you guys.
So weather-wise this weekend, it's going to be a lot more comfortable. We've got a cool front coming in early on Saturday. You may see a shower, but most of us won't. What this really will do for us is drop humidity by Saturday afternoon. And so it's just going to be really comfortable all the way through Sunday. Late Sunday though, cloud cover will start to really increase, and maybe even a few sprinkles by Sunday evening. That leads us into a better chance of rain by Monday. Parkour for your minnows. Parkour. Parkour. Good job.
That's it for KSAT's News at 9 for all of us here at KSAT. Have a great weekend. Stay home. Work safe. See you on the night beat.